This is Fitness Trader Journal. This today being Analysis Saturday. Yeah, today is 21st of February 2026. Welcome you. Yeah. Mm, Before I start, actually, I haven't properly introduced myself. Yeah, please forget the noise at the background. Yeah, yeah, it is middle of the night and all. What I'm saying is today is analysis. Today being analysis Saturday. Basically, what we do is take note of everything that happened throughout the week and look at what price or market is going to do entering into the new week. That's basically what the weekend is for. Observe what market did from Monday to Friday, while also trying to predict what it will do for the following week. Yeah, okay, that's it. Again, so let me introduce myself properly. I am your fitness trader, and this is my journal. This is me journaling the physical or the more pictorial image of my journal. I have a physical copy, that is just where I write what is going through my head while I want to take that through what I see at the moment. And this here is just to help me, sorry, have a more visual image of how the chart looks at that very point of the trade, how exactly the chart was looking. Yeah, I try my best to draw it to my book, but then again, you can't draw out every detail of the high and the low. You just take a sorry about that again. You just take out the main this thing and just that's what you just do here. Um this right here that you're looking at now is what we're going to be looking into. I forgot to mention today was actually I said sorry today. I said this Wednesday that just passed, 18th of February, was actually Lent. I don't know. I said Ash Wednesday. I don't know about you, but I'm a Catholic and that kind of shit. I'm still thinking. These are the third, these 3 days into the Lenten period, and I'm still thinking of what exactly I would like to give up in exchange something else, because that's what Lent is all about, sacrificing something for something, abstaining from whatever it is that you want to abstain from, and looking for a better you. So I'm still looking for it basically. I haven't went there, I think I need time to meditate upon it. I think this weekend will be nice. And yeah, that aside, that aside, okay, back to what we say. This year is February 20. This was Friday. This is Friday's candle, Thursday, and this is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. This is not Friday, this is Monday here. However, we just draw a line there to indicate that was Monday. So this is the candles that formed during the week. Don't forget, we are on the daily time frame. It's a day one, as you can see here. Let's step down to 4 hours. So let's see what happened actually on the daily time frame. The daily time frame, this is actually a fair value gap that has been in place since for a while. Market has been using it for some certain things for a while. That's why I still left it checked in or checked out, checked in. And this right here is void, as you can see, and from here to here, instead of this fair value gap, is this daily fair value gap as well. Okay, the end of the fair value gap is the end of this daily fair value gap here. That's basically it, you feel me? So it's also one of the reasons why I left it there. Instead of drawing another fair value gap here to cover the void and making the whole thing look all messy. Even as it is now, it is looking messy already, but we'll fuck around with it regardless. Yeah. Um, this was Monday's charts. As you can see here, previous week went high, went low, traded into this fair value gap that was formed here. Traded into it, traded halfway into the void, even quarter way itself, and rejected. See candles, see only wicks that are forming. Then this now formed inside of this void, and then that was this Monday now formed the down push on this this void, and let's see what happened on the 4 hours basically. So this is it is showing more, it is showing Sunday there, so Monday. I think we should leave it here. Because here now is Monday 1 o'clock and this is Sunday 21 o'clock. So let's leave it as Sunday 21 o'clock. Yeah. And if you observe, I think the previous week I was actually in this trade. That is this where I used this as a down close. This was when you enter this fair value gap you on the 4 hours and 1 day fair value gap. As you can see from here, it's a 1 day fair value gap elevated there. Same as this, I think this is a 4 hours fair value gap. And it traded below this low into it and touched the consequent correction, that is the mid range. So the mid range of this fair value gap then traded upwards. And as you can see, then I told you, I don't know if you remember, if you watch my past video, I used this as a breakout structure. Look for a fair value gap in that breakout structure, which was this. And then I placed my entry here, stop loss here to trade up to this region. If you feel me. Unfortunately, the market was at first aligning with it, but then again, prices were aligning with it, avoiding being in this daily void before it kept on consolidating, and the more it was consolidating, the lower it went. And boom, it traded into it. Some days are like that actually. If you while it was here, I told you guys I wouldn't be on the charts. This was what the price was doing actually for the rest of the week. Now this was last week movements towards eyes on Friday or thereabout, and this is this week movements. Um, I think I need to label it according to. I think I should do it according to the days here. That will be more sophisticated. Mm. This Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. Okay, so each day here now, each line here from a line to line represents from here to here now is Monday, so Tuesday, Monday is then from here to here Tuesday, from here to here Wednesday, from here to here Thursday, and then Friday. Yes, that's it. That's what I wanted to do here. So at least we can have a very good insight. Okay, this is an hourly chart. This is a more refined version. As you can see, if you're looking down here, you have Monday, Tuesday range, Wednesday range, Thursday range. So this is what happened. These are the candles that formed on Monday, and we're going to see what went through with it. And as you can see here, these were all the consolidation happening in that range I told you about on 4 hours that it was consolidating, as you can see this here. It's consolidating, consolidating before it finally broke downwards. It broke down, see it here, and when it broke down, this entered, weaked, kept on going down. And if you observe, after it rejected this zone, went down, tapped here, came down again, then traded into this mid range of this fair value gap, went down. See here, so it went down. Let me take this off for a moment. I'll bring it back up. There's something I want to show you there. Went down, and this is it here. Traded back up. Yeah, took out this low. Kept going down, and then this is a 4 hours fair value gap I took note of, with another block low being this here. So it's a body of, okay, so not low, body of the 4 hours other block. Well, this was the fair value gap here. You feel me? And I made note of that. I was like, if price was to be trading downwards, it should trade to this level, which it did. Touched it at the very tip and rejected upwards. And now I did mention something while we were in it. I said it touched it, and this is relative equal lows. If it wasn't a relative equal lows now, it would have made more sense as it went up like this. We'll be using a fair value gap to, that is this region now, to trade for, to seek higher prices and all our stuff. But because of the relative equal lows, you observe and see what's going to be happening, which as he went up to this 4 hours fair value gap, he just literally, basically what he just did is, this happened on, this was Monday, so basically what I'm just saying is that Monday, give or take, there was almost nothing on Monday. Like for me personally, there wasn't anything really on Monday except the highs, the lows, nothing, no significant move with G. But as you see Tuesday now, as Tuesday it is now, you see that from here now, price is first this thing manipulated before this thing, before going downwards, went up, went down into this fair value gap, this 4 hours fair value gap, that was saying that that is looking like a very good region, and it traded up. I won't lie, as it's this region here, this I did mention something about it, if I'm not mistaken. I mentioned that I left all these things on my chart so that I'll be able to remember. Yes, I've actually jotted it down, just so I can be able to remember how journal it, as I said, for visual representation. I did mention it, see it here. Okay, yeah. I was like, since there wasn't any significant move here, the price went down, and from the observation I've been using, that is, the thing I like to do is that while trading, you observe what the market does. If yeah, that's why most times I prefer being online, observe how the market is tested to some region now. Some days now markets might be really tested to fair value gaps. You get, some days they might be really tested to other blocks. You get, and what I observed this period was the way it was testing, it was doing this stuff that it will touch and it will resist, that kind of thing, touch and resist. And basically that's how I was like, while it was here, after price came down, it went back up to retouch this 1 hour void, this daily void. And there now, as it was retouching it, that's where you set your entry, set your stop loss for the, because that retouching now is also another block on this 15 minutes. Is a here, there's a up candle there, up close candle inside here. Remove this as well. See the up close candle, that's what I used to draw this purple rectangle. There's an up close candle inside it. That's also I'm saying that as it entered to touch this level plus that up close candle, you could have used that as your entry to trade to this fair value gap, and that's what I showed right here. And immediately it touched, it reversed. I think I should delete this now. This reversal now is something else because I did mention that you can use this place here as your reversal. That's the tip of this fair value gap now. This other block, since it has already used it here, so you can use the other block still again and do a reversal. But you have to trade to the nearest high you get while doing your 1:4 because I'm actually aiming for a 1:4, see my 1:4 here. This is it here. Then all these relative equal highs. But then again, I had it to the side of my head because of this relative equal lows here. This point here was relative to the initial low that formed this fair value gap. So whatever you are doing now, or whatever I was doing, I had it in back of my head that omo, let's see if market if price want to actually trade to this level while adjusting our stops. I did mention it that you should be adjusting your stops just in case you get, because this is also a very tricky stuff. If it had actually properly entered into here, we are alright, we can actually do that and actually aim for higher prices. That is higher prices that is being this high here. And as you can see, that is already a 1:6, but because of that now we're like it's a little bit tricky, but we'll see what we can do. And as you see, market eventually didn't reach anywhere before coming back to take out the initial SL from there, which I did mention. And when it was trading down into it, I also mentioned that this is looking like a break of structure, a retest. And you see that he even took out this high. He took out this high first because he didn't want anybody to be entering the move. Then he went down. Use this same other block again. See it to use this same other block. I think I need to zoom in properly. Use this same other block here. You can see that retested was rejecting the other block again, rejecting, and before you know what's going on, this is already on Wednesday by the way, and these rejections were coming at sit there. It was coming at 10 o'clock. That is the silver bullet. All this rejection were happening at the silver bullet, and as a rejected finish, what happened? Downtrend. It even went beyond the 4 hours fair value gap that we opened and the other block high. You see that, and that was how the day ended. That has been Thursday, been Wednesday, sorry, of 18th. All this, mind you, all this I wasn't actually on the charts. Like I said, Wednesday was ash. Wednesday I wasn't even around, so I wasn't close to my system for the rest of the week. I also did mention that the rest of the week I wasn't close to my system. Then Thursday opened with price trace with price moving into the 4 hours fair value gap and trading downwards instantly. See the move instantly. This how many minutes did it take? This is at 4 o'clock and closing here at 8. That is 4 hours. This is the 4 hours move. And let's check the peak range. Yeah, from here to here, this was a 52 pips movement, basically. Crazy. It looks small, but it's actually a lot. 52 pips. That's a very crazy amount. Feel me? Yeah, that's just it. This is the daily fair value gap here. As you can see, after this large move, you see that market didn't do anything significant anymore. That's from this 4 o'clock now to this 8 o'clock in the morning. Market didn't do any other thing significant, just staying in the same range and Entering into Friday now. Friday now is where it now did an hour move again. That is, it traded low first. This is a low. Here low went up, break up market structure, so retested into all this, and Friday was actually was partially available on Friday. I saw what the market was doing, all of this, and I didn't like any of it, so I just stayed clear here. And here again, as you can see, this is the 4 hours fair value gap. I did mention that that range looks like a very significant price range the market will be using, which we are still making use of. And each time it gets there, there's always a form of rejection, whether in the upside or in the downside. So entering into next week, I'll be deleting some certain things now. Entering into next week, yeah, entering into next week, since price have already taken out this low, properly dug into this other block here, which for me is significant. I think I can delete this one now. I don't think this should be other useful anymore for me. I think I can manage that 4 hours fair value gap. Can manage the 4 hours fair value gap. Yes, I will. Since market has dug into this 4 hours fair value gap, which is also, as you can see here, an order block as well. We'll just have to wait to see what market does. If it wants to go lower, if it wants to go lower, it's going to be targeting this low. There is this down close candle low. This down close candle low is going to be targeting it, and so going to be targeting it into this fair value gap here. And we'll see it trade into this fair value gap. We'll see it trade into this fair value gap. And if it decides to actually go higher, we can use this as a relative equal highs. Where is this as relative equal highs? Where is this right here? No, no, there's no need for this anymore. So let me use this. We can use that as relative equal highs, also as a break of structure after the downtrend. You can see now this is all down throughout. This is also a fair value gap. But after it breaks down, we'll see what price wants to do in this region for us. And while we're at it, we'll know if it's going up or if it's going down. For now, I really can't say or tell the exact location where price is going to go to, at least from this EU. We can step down, we can step into a DXY. Let's see, it isn't giving anything as vivid as it should be. For DXY, yeah, it has already taken out this high. Basically, I can't tell where price is going to be going. So I think entering into the week, Monday will be seated out to play safe. We'll sit out Monday. Yes, then we'll watch what price does on Monday, where it's going to, where it's trying to reach out to. The level is trying to reach out to them. From there, we can take it off probably Tuesday. That is if it's already giving a clear direction on Monday. If it isn't, we'll have to sit out again on Tuesday and just wait for it to be clear, basically. You get, so you can even see this GBP USD. This GBP is already in a very sweet zone. As you can see, this is the region. Let me delete all of this. Sorry. All of this unnecessary. Let me leave that. this is the fair value gap for a 4 hours chart, and right now that is where price traded into. Again, like I said, as you can see here now, GBP USD is looking, the chart is looking a little bit clearer than Euro USD, but then again, see this relatively called lows. Why I said we'll have to sit out from Monday and observe what price wants to do. These lows are too tricky for me. Too tricky for my liking. I don't like saying this, especially when it's something like the once I say this kind of thing, I prefer to sit and wait and observe what price wants to do. And whatever it does, we will now follow through from there. It's also relatively good. So we have liquidity. Basically, what this is showing us is that we have liquidity resting both above and below of the marketplace. Basically, that's what it's telling us. And he's saying, we don't know which one we're going to attack first, as it is, but whichever one it decides to attack, we'll go with it and know from there. You feel me? So yeah, I was trying to actually make this video as short as possible, but it has reached over 20 minutes plus now. So yeah, be safe. Peace.